Alright everyone, it is time for an extra special literary update here. The first hardcover on Amazon that I've ever made is now available after 2 weeks of having it in review. It took a while because of their now more arcane copyright process, even if it's linked to one of your own existing editions. The Book of Forbidden Knowledge, link in the description, and I'll pin it down below if you're watching on YouTube to make it even easier. It is now available. There will also be links to my Blogspot and WordPress in the description. If you like, occult literature is a lot more available. Now, I had already released the Book of Forbidden Knowledge years ago, but it was softcover. I went back through it, reformatted it. Of course, hardcover has a slightly different format. This will have a laminate cover, and I think a slipcase, actually, these have. It's 85 pages, so it's actually shorter than the initial version because the format's slightly larger. You have to do that with hardcover releases. Their template system needs work because I had to have my artist actually work with the template, and it took like 5 tries to get the formatting right so that it was actually able to be uploaded. So I hope that they work on that so that you can download the template and the template will actually work once converted. Right now, that's not actually the case. Rather sad. This book is my bestseller. Sold tens of thousands of copies so far. And much like with the softcover, I held the price of the hardcover down so that it would be more affordable because I want people to get a quality product. I went back through it. I realized there were several spelling errors and a couple of formatting problems in the original edition, which is still, again, massively popular. But I redacted all those. I solved for them. I changed up the format, of course, because it's slightly larger. It is essentially a latter-day bric-a-brac grimoire of sorts. You could compare it to Holman's Powwows, Albertus Magnus' Egyptian Secrets. It's got talismanic content, which is loosely, it seems, based on the Black Pullet, or some derivation. Possibly one of the latter derivations, because it's a shorter section. Differs slightly in the talismanic content. It has the fortune telling, like the palmistry and astrology, zodiacal lore. It has some black magic in it. Certainly love tips and little folk tricks and things like that. It talks about mesmerism. It talks about seances. It's got a little bit of everything. It comes from the early 1900s. So it's drawing from several centuries of both black and white magic and attendant occult schools. It's an interesting work. When I first edited it, I had no idea that it would become so popular. I figured, well, the title's kind of nifty, and it is technically a grimoire, so I can imagine it'll be kind of popular, but I didn't expect to be selling over 1,000 copies of it every month. It took off. I'm not even exactly sure how. I'm assuming that part of it is the title. Anyway, highly recommended. This is my first hardcover edition. I will be releasing hardcovers of all of the compiled works as well that I've done, so the 9 that I've done and 3 additional works over the next year. So there will be 12 additional hardcovers. When I release a new edition of any of my full-length works, my authored works, those will become hardcovers too. So when I remake Sickness and Hell, when I redo Morbid Stories, certainly Fruits of Eden, Psychedelic Spirituality, After the Ashes, when those have new editions, they will also be hardcover available as well. That'll take a lot of time, though. I'm still speeding through the next 25 soft covers as well. I've got 3 of them half done right now. I want to do 5 this month. But this is just a special update because this is the first hardcover that I've made available. Again, I'm not sure whether it comes with a slipcover like a dust jacket or if it's just the laminate. The pictures that I saw when I looked it up, they appear to have a dust jacket. But there's no way to be sure because there was never any dust jacket design. Or it may just be a generic dust jacket. Maybe they just slapped the same formatting on it. Anyway, it's only $15, so it's not an expensive hardcover. I like that you're capable of keeping the cost down. I'll be getting a copy or probably multiple copies of my own hardcover. I'm thinking about getting like a half a dozen, signing them, and then raffling them off or something, have some sort of contest. But anyway, yes, you should get a copy. And then make sure to leave ratings. If you do get a copy, again, I beg you, leave a review. If you leave a review, it's worth 10 sales. If you just give it a rating, like click on the little stars thing, it's worth 3 or 4 sales. That's the lifeblood of how Amazon balances its algorithms. The reason this book remains at the top is because it's got all those ratings and all of those reviews. So you can definitely help with that. And if you've ever bought any of my other works, and a lot of you have, go back to Amazon and click the little stars. You don't have to give it an honest review. Maybe you fucking hated it and you give it a 1-star review. At least you gave it one. That's about all. Peace out.